Hey guys, this is Tera from MMOs.com, doing a quick weekly news recap of all major MMO news and announcements of the week ending October 1st, 2018. This is episode number 167 of the recap, and the first of news this week comes from Blizzard Entertainment regarding World of Warcraft, and it's a big one. World of Warcraft Classic will be playable at BlizzCon. Anyone who purchased a virtual ticket will be able to play it from home as well. This is the first time we've heard much of anything about World of Warcraft Classic since it was announced over a year ago. And given that it's going to be playable next month at BlizzCon, I expect that the release isn't too far away. There's no official release date for it just yet, but they might be aiming to release it on World of Warcraft's anniversary date, which is on November 23rd. So my guess is either launching on November 23rd, 2019 or 2018. If I had to guess, probably closer to 2019, but we'll find out more probably at BlizzCon. I have a feeling that there's going to be a hell of a lot of nostalgia out there that will bring players back to WoW Classic. I know I'll be giving it a shot when it's available, so I am hyped for it. Next up, we have a massive update for Aion titled Awakened Legacy, which is actually just the game's 6.0 update. So the 6.0 update is launching on October 24th for US players through NCSoft, but if you've been playing Aion on the European version through GameForge, this exact update is already live for you. Unfortunately, US players are getting it a tad bit late. It's the biggest update to the game in a year, so it's well worth a slight wait. 6.0 increased the game's level cap to 80 and adds an entirely new zone, new skills, gear, items, and more. And to celebrate the occasion, anyone can redeem a free Gala gift pack between now and October 24th, so if you're playing Aion, make sure to grab your pack on the official Aion website. And this is the first time Aion has actually increased their level cap since 2016, so it's a massive update. Mark your calendars. Up next, we have a final shutdown date for WildStar. We mentioned last week it was shutting down, but now we know exactly when. WildStar will be shutting down for good on November 28th. For anyone who spent money on the game since July 1st on either Steam or through the official website, will be eligible for refunds. As I said last week, anyone keeping an eye on the game's player base shouldn't be surprised to see the game shut down. Until the game shuts down, though, it'll be hosting fan-favorite events every day as a farewell to their loyal player base. Rest in pepperoni, WildStar. And now moving right along, Mass Entertainment will be releasing its Dark Reaches update for Tera sometime later this month. Dark Reaches adds a second round of Apex skills for level 65 archers, gunners, ninjas, reapers, sorcerers, and valkyries. And to celebrate the upcoming update, Mass is hosting a bunch of in-game events to help players reach level 65 in preparation for the new Apex content. Anyone that does reach level 65 between now and the launch of Dark Reaches gets a free set of armor along with a weapon. More details about Dark Reaches should be announced later this week, but we're expecting new dungeons and a bunch of other goodies. Specifics will be released on October 9th though. Next up, Black Desert Online is launching its next expansion titled Dragon, The Heritage of Sherakan on November 14th, and I probably pronounced that wrong. It'll introduce a new story-based content around the Sherakan tribe, as well as introducing a new massive zone called Frygan. The update also includes a new Dragon World Boss, a new craftable weapon, and a bunch of other goodies. Black Desert Online has been averaging about 12,000 or so players online at a given time on Steam alone, and likely at least that many off Steam as well, so it's doing quite well. In fact, it's one of the most popular MMORPGs on the platform. Plus, there's a free trial as well, so if you haven't played it, give it a try. Speaking of updates, Star Trek Online is releasing their first chapter of its Age of Discovery update on October 9th, and it's based on the newest CBS Star Trek series, Discovery. Players will be able to create their own Discovery-era Federation captains and embark on a mission with Sylvia Tilly, who is voiced by the same person who played her on the TV series. The update introduces a new Discovery-themed tutorial, 2 episodes, added reputation tiers, a new task force operation, and other new content as well. Expect more Discovery-themed updates in the near future as well. Star Trek Online averaged about 1,200 or so players on Steam at any given time, so it's not doing too bad. Numbers are definitely down from a bit earlier this year, but have been remarkably steady for the last 2 years or so. Next up, Cryptic Studios' upcoming Magic the Gathering MMO is still in the works, apparently. So over a year ago, Cryptic announced that they're working on an MMO based on the Magic the Gathering franchise, and we haven't heard of anything since. So I imagine most people kind of forgot about it, myself included. But we have some very slight news now that they're apparently still working on the game, because there's job postings from Cryptic Studios about the project, so they are still working on it. I expect that we won't hear anything about it for at least another year, though. On some more positive news, though, at least Magic the Gathering Arena from Wizards of the Coast themselves launched this last week, and that's the video you're seeing in the background, as there's no gameplay videos or anything to show for Magic the Gathering MMO just yet. Next, Age of Conan opened up a new server called Saga of Blood, which allows players to partake in a limited time event for exclusive rewards. Saga of Blood runs on a unique PvP rule set, and the server is all about PvP, at least early on. Portraits and raid finders are disabled during this event on the new server, and transfers to the world aren't allowed, so everyone has to create a fresh character. Players need to complete a special Saga quest to get their rewards, and in the process will need to kill a bunch of other players around their level range. And there will also be a public leaderboard based on PvP conquest, and as the top 4 players for each class will compete in a special PvP tournament at the end of the event where they can win exclusive cloaks, titles, and other prizes. While Age of Conan is an older game for now, events like this are a fun way to keep the game's community engaged. This new server opened up last week, so anyone interested in Age of Conan and its PvP should give it a try. Next up, Battlerite Royale. The Battle Royale mode for Battlerite officially launched on the Steam Early Access this last week. And oddly though, it's launched as a separate game. It features all the characters of Battlerite and has a familiar skill shot-based gameplay found in the original title, but of course on a Battle Royale stage. The game is available on Steam for $19.99, now in Early Access, but plans to be free to play at launch sometime in 2019. And despite its Early Access price tag, Battlerite Royale is off to a fairly strong start, as it's peaking at over 7,000 players this weekend. I've actually played a lot of Battlerite, so I do want to check this game out. Up next, update 58 for Richard Garriott's Shroud the Avatar went live this last week and includes improvements to fishing, tameable wyverns, performance tweaks, and bug fixes, and new dyeable decorations. While Shroud the Avatar hasn't seen a tremendous amount of success, it's averaging only about 135 players on Steam. Porlarium, the company behind the game, has promised to keep supporting it. If you're looking for a unique MMORPG experience that's kind of like RuneScape or Ultima Online, this one is worth checking out. It's definitely different, but the UI still needs a lot of work in my opinion. It's a buy-to-play title, but does have a free trial. Next up, the Monster Hunter-esque free-to-play game Dauntless is introducing a brand new weapon, the Repeater, on October 3rd. It'll be the first ranged weapon in the game, and it'll be highly customizable with new grips, chambers, barrels, and prisms. And while it's the game's first ranged weapon, it still incentivizes players to go up close and personal with enemies, as they'll be doing a lot more damage from point-blank range versus being super far away. If you're too cheap to buy Monster Hunter World, Dauntless is a great free-to-play alternative. Up next, the faction-based survival game Rend released their development roadmap for the rest of the year. And Rend, for those that don't know, is a faction-based, larger-scale game of Rust or Ark with survival game elements, but with more persistent elements. The game's player base has been declining quite a bit in the last 2 months since early access began, and is currently averaging only about 240 or so players online at once, so they can't really achieve their large scaleness with such a few player base. The devs plan on improving combat, streamlining features, adding legendary artifacts, working on siege combat, and improving the game's social mechanics. I think one big problem with Rend, though, is its price point. It's really hard to compete with established survival games like Ark and Rust, but perhaps once they release all the stuff they want to, things will change. But as is, things are definitely on the decline for Rend. Next up, Paladins got a big update this last week. Patch 1.6 added a brand new champion to the game, a new map, new cosmetics, and more. We don't talk too much about Paladins, but it's a hugely successful game. It's averaging about 14,000 players any given time on Steam. The update, also known as Dark Tides, adds a new event to the game, as well as a bunch of other goodies. So it's a great time to jump back into Paladins. Even though it's called the poor man's Overwatch, it's still surprisingly fun. And it runs really well as well. Next and last of the news this week is related to FOrtnite, and 30 months after Microsoft opened up the Xbox ecosystem for cross-platform play, Sony finally decided to follow suit. So now Fortnite on Sony's PS4 will be cross-platform playable with PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and everything together. So for a long time, Sony wanted to keep their platform as a walled garden, but now they are opening up, which is going to be good for the entire game, I think. And in related news as well, while this update is only for Fortnite, this cross-platform play will be coming to basically every title on Sony's PS4 in the near future, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, that's it for MMO News this week. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the podcast. Later, guys.